Good morning, my friends. We've practiced in the past few meditations forgiveness. First, the willingness to forgive, as all intentions are followed by willingness, if they are to be real. I am willing to forgive to the best of my ability. And a meditation on mercy as the doorway into forgiveness, and to the degree that many of us, including myself, might be thinking towards someone we are having trouble forgiving, that they deserve my upset, my judgment, my anger. There are some who define mercy as not getting what we deserve. And the importance in that meditation, practicing to let go of what we might call internalized my right to get even, that is the undergirding of all non-forgiveness. And for today, I want to practice with you about self-forgiveness. Self-forgiveness, like self-compassion, can often be very difficult. And added to this is the human tendency to judge others for things that we have not yet forgiven in ourselves. And another familiar sticking point for self-forgiveness is saying to yourself and actually believing that I should have done better in the past. And instead of learning from that, reviewing the past over and over and over and over, around in a circle that goes nowhere, but back to the beginning, or I should say the past. So let us be seated for practice today, finding a comfortable posture that supports you. When you have learned in your mindfulness practice that the posture that supports you and allows you to relax and be steady at the same time. Supported. Your feet supported by the floor, your hands supported in your lap, and your spine supported by the next full breath that you breathe all the way up your spine, into your neck, your head, down through your face, taking the tension with it, and out through your body and the soles of your feet. Just like that. Allowing your body to settle and your attention to draw inward. The difficult practice of self-forgiveness or self-compassion is often one of our harder challenges. Self-judgment, self-regret multiply whenever we go back to that memory with the same judging perspective. This is not to say that things we have done do not need to be amended, because if possible, often they do. It is to say that we are human. Sometimes we are weak when we mean to be strong, and sometimes we are unkind when we mean to be loving, and sometimes we are simply wrong when we meant no harm, but created harm anyway, out of unmindfulness, reactivity, judgment. So let us focus today on that judgment of ourselves for how we have treated ourselves in the past, or in the recent past, very close to the present. As you breathe, bring into your mind a time when you have done something to yourself that sitting here today you feel sorry for. Or if it comes more easily to you, a time when you know that you have caused harm to another. Bring that time to mind and allow it to fill itself in with feelings, images, and the memory of how you felt at the time when this harm came about to yourself or to another person. Thich Nhat Hanh might suggest that often we hurt others or ourselves because we perceive separation where it really does not exist. All beings, including ourselves, exist on a continuum that ranges from dark to light, from strong to weak, from wise to foolish. And as you sit with this memory, go deeper and bring to mind what for you was underneath that action or those harsh words, or underneath a harmful action that you directed towards yourself, of deprivation, moral judgment, any kind of should statements, I should have done or not done, that arise in your mindfulness right now. Become aware of the motivation at that time for your actions that caused harm to yourself or to others. Frankly speaking, the language of should is a word I would eliminate from the universe if I could, because it always creates harm. Why? Because should is usually in the past or in the future, and it comes from a place of judging what is missing, not what is present, and condemning yourself for that. I know for me, one of the places that I find myself returning to over and over is the question of whether I was loving and kind and attentive enough to what mattered in my father's last year of life when I was with him. And I have needed to develop the intention to forgive myself for any limitations I had at that time, and to remember that my motivation and my desire was to love him well. Keeping in mind the memory that you identified, begin to say quietly to yourself, I have caused myself pain and suffering for this and other thoughts, words, or actions that I have taken or have failed to take. Repeating that quietly to yourself over and over with the intention to see it clearly. And as you breathe, begin to say to yourself, I am willing to forgive myself. And I now forgive myself to the degree that I am able to do so today. And on the out-breath, I release the judgments I have held against myself to the degree that I am able for this harm today. Repeating those quietly to yourself on the in-breath and the out-breath for the next few moments. Willing to forgive myself to the degree that I am able to do so today. I release the judgments I have made upon myself that have caused that harm to the degree that I am able today. The process of self-forgiveness is at best difficult, but with intention and repetition, we can move mindfully in the direction of self-forgiveness. And as self-forgiveness settles in over time and practice, I can assure you that a great deal of space begins to open up inside, of mindfulness and awareness that we can use the next time we might have created harm or judgment against ourselves. And in this space of mindfulness and willing self-compassion, we gain the space and freedom to see truly and accurately the real truth of our actions, and to mindfully choose to be human and vulnerable because we are. Take this thought with you, my friends, and practice self-compassion today. Continue being diligent about the practice of self-forgiveness. The inner change will be remarkable.